Good day everyone, this is the group 2 and today we're gonna discuss to you the difference between the book and the movie of Dekada 60.
Introduction. The film Dekada 70 chronicles vicious dictatorship and the condensing patriarchy. It unveils injustice and displayed women's activism at the time of the martial law during Marcos Regan. Dekada 70 is a 2002 Filipino drama directed by Chito S. Ronyo, based on the novel written by renowned Filipino author Luwalhati Bautista. The film focuses on the standpoint of middle-class family Bartolome throughout the 70s when martial law was declared in the Philippines by President Ferdinand Marcos. It is about a mother and her family and on how society around her affects her family. And the setting is, this series of events happened after the bombing of Plaza Miranda, the suspension of the right of habeas corpus, the proclamation of martial law, and the random arrest of political prisoners. Also, some events takes place at Bartolome's house.
Nais kong talakayan ng mga karakter sa dekada 70. Si Amanda Bartolome ang ina ng pamilya. Si Julian Bartolome ang ama ng pamilya na mahinamon at mapagmahal na lalaki. Si Jules Bartolome ang panganay na anak at ang aktivista. Si Gani Bartolome ang pangalawang anak at isang idealista at aktivista. Eric Bartolome ang pangatlong anak at palabiro at mapangwasak. Bingo Bartolome ang pang-apat na anak, isang tahimik at mapag-isa. Si Ticoy Bartolome ang panglimang anak at isa pang batang walang malay sa mga nangyayari sa kanilang paligid. The Bartolome family became close with Doming because, among other things, he reminds them of his son Jules, his friend. Unfortunately, it was late when Jules realized that Doming, his friend, was an operative of the government constitution of the Philippines. Marcos Republic. Doming exposed his friend Jules' participation and involvement in New People's Army, NPA. Moments in Marcos era. At that time, Jules Bartolome was subsequently sent to the prison. And the second complex is all about friendship like Jules and Doming. Si Jules Bartolome, ang anak ni Amanda, ay may intention maging kontra gobyerno. Nang makita nila mga pahayagan at literato ni Jules, naging tiyak na sila sa kanyang intensyon. Nang kumpontrahin nito nila Jules, kinailangan nitong aminin ang kanyang desisyon. May isang kaibigan, si Jules, na nagstay sa kanila habang gumagaling ang kanyang sugat sa tuhod, si Domeng. Ngunit, hindi alam ni Jules na isa palang operatibo si Domeng ng gobyerno. Doon sila nagkaroon ng conflict, kaya doon nagkaroon ng paglalabo ang kanilang ugnayan dahil isa palang operatibo si Domeng na nagsumbong kay Jules.
The summary of Dekada 70 depicts the struggle of the Bartolome family during the Marcos regime, focusing on the impact of martial law on their lives. As Amanda and Julian Bartolome raise their 5 children, they confront the harsh realities of a repressive government. Through their challenges, the family and Filipinos in general find strength and resilience, ultimately fostering a sense of empowerment to stand up for justice. Dekada 70 combines themes of political and social awareness with a feminist perspective, following Amanda's journey of self-discovery under a repressive regime.
Ipinakita ng pelikula ang buhay ng isang pamilya sa masalimuot na panahon ng dekada 70. Sa panahong ito, maraming bagay ang nangyari sa Pilipinas. Napakahirap mamuhay ng normal dahil na rin sa ipinatupad ng martial law noon. Sa kabila ng mga ganitong sitwasyon, ang mga pamilyang ipinakita sa pelikula ay namuhay sa abot ng kanilang makakaya. Ang representation ng mag-asawang Bartolome ang nakakuha ng aking interes. Si Julian, ang asawa ni Amanda, na isang padre de pamilya na isang taong may kontrol at kapangyarihan, habang si Amanda naman ay isang mapagmahal na ina na nangangalaga sa mga pangailangan ng kanyang pamilya. Sa kasamaang palad, siya mismo ay hindi gaano napapansin. Siya ang karaniwang tipikal na ina na gumagawa ng mga bagay tulad ng pagluluto at paglalaba. Hinahanap niya ang kanyang pakakakinlanlan sa mga araw na lumipas. Sa ilang mga paraan, tila na-realize niya kung gaano kababa ang otoridad kumpara sa kanyang asawa. Siya ay may mga pagnanais na gumawa ng isang bagay, ngunit hindi nakakaroon ng pagkakataon. Sa kabila ng mga diskriminasyon na ito, napalaki niya ang mga anak na may kanya-kanyang interes. In conclusion, ang papel ng isang babae ay hindi lamang nakasettle sa loob ng isang bahay na sunod-sunuran sa asawa. Nasa kababaihan na ang desisyon kung itutuloy o hindi ang kanilang hilig. Bawat isa sa atin ay may iba't ibang hiling na nais nating matupad. Kaya bakit hindi bigyan ng pagkakataon ang mga kababaihan na makamit ang mga layunin ito sa paglipas ng panahon? Maraming kababaihan ang magpapaunlad ng kanilang mga kakayahan at makakaroon ng iba't ibang kasanayan na magagamit sa iba't ibang larangan tulad ng agham at sining.
So let's start by discussing the brief background of the novel and film Dekada 60. So this story will show you the background or scenes in the Philippines during the martial law under the leadership of Ferdinand Marcos Sr. It will show you the life of a middle-class family that struggles to survive. The story revolves around the Bartolome family during the martial law in the Philippines, how they fight for their rights, what they know is right, and what they believed in. Now let's talk about the novel and the film. The novel Dekada 60 is a 1983 novel by Lualhati Bautista that won the Palanca Award Grand Prize, while the film Dekada 60 is a 2002 historical drama film directed by Chito S. Ronyo, where it stars Vilma Santos, Christopher De Leon as parents of the 5 sons. The film also features Piolo Pascual, Carlos Sagasi, Marvin Agustin, Danilo Barrios, and John Wayne Sase. Themes of Dekada 60 include family struggles, activism, feminism, and oppression. Now let's talk about the key similarities. Number 1, the plot faithfulness. The movie stays true to the book's major events, capturing the Bartolome family's personal and political struggles. It highlights Amanda Bartolome's journey of self-discovery and the family's involvement in activism. Number 2, the historical context. Both the book and the movie depict the realities of martial law, emphasizing the fear, censorship, and human rights violations. Number 3, characters. The main characters are the same for the film and the novel, which are Amanda, Julian, and their 5 sons, are portrayed similarly in terms of personality and their roles.
And now we're going to discuss the key differences. Number 1, perspective. The book is heavily narrated from Amanda's internal perspective, allowing deeper insight into her thoughts and emotions. The movie balances her perspective with more visual storytelling, sometimes focusing on action, scenes, and dialogue. Number 2, scene additions or omissions. The movie condenses some parts of the book for time constraints. For example, certain conversations and details about the sons' lives are shortened or excluded. Intense scenes like Jules' imprisonment and Gani's departure are dramatized but less detailed compared to the book. Number 3, tone and pacing. The book allows readers to absorb events at a slower pace, making its tone more reflective. The movie moves faster with a stronger emotional impact due to visuals and music. And the strengths of the books. Number 1, deeper exploration of Amanda's character. Number 2, richer descriptions of family's dynamics and social political environment. Number 3, thought-provoking narrative style that leaves a lasting impression.
Strength of the book. Number 1, the visuals, including historical footage and set design, bring the martial law era to life. Number 2, strong performance by Vilma Santos, who portrayed Amanda, and the supporting cast. Number 3, accessible to a broader audience, especially for those who may not read the book. The conclusion. Both the book and movie are powerful in their own right, each highlighting the struggles of the Bartolome family during martial law. While the book provides more depth and introspection, the movie's visual and dramatic elements apply its emotional impact. Together, they preserve the legacy of Dekada 60 and its lesson about courage, family, and fighting for freedom.